Well, good evening and thank you for joining us. After an election campaign that saw the appointment of 5 newcomers to City Council and a rookie mayor, the newly elected officials had their first taste of governance yesterday.
The new people were well-read, they did their homework, and they just moved forward. I'm sure they were feeling a little bit on pins and needles at times, but I think they did a great job.
It was a packed agenda for the first meeting. Some of the highlights included the postponement of a contract to create a downtown redevelopment plan. We'll get to that in just a second. There was also debate over a new travel expense policy, which later passed first reading. Members of council agree the first meeting was a success.
All our councilmen and mayor did a wonderful job, considering that there's 6 out of 7 that are brand new. I think it went very well.
It was an opportunity to debate, and I think it was an opportunity to dig in, ask some questions, and get a feel for what the process is like and learn how it goes.
The city administration brought forward recommendations that they would like to see as recommendations, and city council debated them before we even got them to a motion. So I think that got a lot of information flushed out. Is it the perfect system? I don't think it is, but we're going to try it for a little while.
Council will be meeting again on November 28th. Well, as I just mentioned, a redevelopment plan for the downtown core has been postponed by Lloydminster City Council. Among the concerns surrounding the project is the price tag.
We want to be absolutely crystal clear that we're proceeding in the right steps at the right time.
It's a new vision for Lloydminster's downtown. According to administration, the downtown redevelopment plan is being created to study Lloydminster's downtown core, building a 15-year plan for prosperity.
The new downtowns today are about people-friendly spaces where people can walk and people can take their children, and there's parks and benches and there's sidewalk cafes and restaurants and homes.
The concern with awarding the contract to O2 Planning and Design out of Calgary is the price tag and the risk of duplication.
Because it involves $150,000 and it's something that is going to be a study, and as Councillor Baker alluded to, we've done other studies and I'm aware of other studies. I'm sure everyone in the community is aware of studies, but where did we get to with the studies?
But with the community hub off the table, some officials feel the price is right.
I think it's a lot better value for residents, and it doesn't put any pressure on administration at this time to have to make any other financial commitments. But we still have some more time to debate this.
But for others, there wasn't enough time to fully review the report.
A 112-page report we got on Thursday, and you got to deal with it Monday. So you got to read it, you got to read the contract, you got to try and research it along with another 200 pages of stuff. I've argued before, and you've heard me say it, we get far too much stuff in such short order prior to council meetings.
Currently, there are no developers looking to build in the downtown core, but administration says the plan is necessary to attract projects.
We need to have some guidance when we're ready to develop in the downtown, or when a developer comes and says, we'd like to build this, we need to be able to have a document that says, yes, we're ready for that.
Well, council will debate the plan on December 12th. Well, people in Lloydminster could be at risk of losing their properties if they don't pay up. Right now, 14 Saskatchewan estates have outstanding tax revenues and risk losing their land to the city if they don't pay their fees in the next 6 months. The properties don't meet the deadline. The city plans to register as the owner and ultimately sell the property at public auction. The list could grow significantly, though, as 72 more properties on the Saskatchewan side have unpaid taxes and have been informed so with letters and calls. If these debts are not paid by January 1st, they too will qualify for further tax enforcement procedures. Well, students in Lloydminster are coming together to help better the lives of animals at the SPCA. A dozen students at St. Joseph Elementary School are part of an after-school club that raises funds and makes crafts for the animal shelter. Brian Lentz has more.
St. Joe's Animal Club!
First starting at 6 members, the St. Joe's Animal Club has doubled in size, all of them drawn by a common interest.
I care about animals, and I think they're adorable, and that some of them actually need help.
Because a lot of animals, they get abused and neglected. You want to save as much as you can.
John Punchon with the SPCA approached one of the school teachers with the idea over the summer and says he did not expect the response from students.
We just sat down and said, okay, where would you like to take it? And they were all ideas, and they were great ideas. We were really surprised. They pretty much, once we gave them an opportunity to talk and share, they took it from there.
Today, the students are making beds for cats at the shelter.
We're helping animals in need basically by making stuff, and we've donated and made some money for the SPCA.
Whether it's making a toy or a cat bed, that enrichment side does a huge amount for them. Certainly the money they raised, I mean, every bit helps. And it's surprising they raised over $200 in the month of October just doing a couple different fundraisers. I mean, that's tremendous.
Punchon hopes to expand the program to include different schools and students of all ages. Brian Lentz, Newcap News.
Well, sticking with the SPCA, we have 2 more dogs up for adoption on this week's pet project. Wes is a 7-year-old Shepherd Cross and Itchy is a 6-year-old Pomeranian Cross. Here's John from the SPCA.
Although his muzzle may be gray, Wes, a 7-year-old Shepherd Cross, is still full of energy. He just simply loves to run and play. The minute he's outside, you can just tell Wes is on cloud 9. No matter the situation, nothing seems to bring this guy down. Wes is just one happy-go-lucky fellow who absolutely adores people. Everyone he meets is a new friend, and he'll show just how happy he is to meet you with a tender look and a big smile. Wes does know his basic commands, such as sit and shake a paw, but sometimes he's so excited he would rather jump up and play. However, with a little bit of patience and maybe a few treats, Wes will calm down quickly. Don't let his age fool you. Wes still has many great years ahead of him. All he needs now is to meet that special someone to make his life complete. Be sure to stop by the SPCA and meet Wes today. They say that good things come in small packages. Once you meet Itchy, a 6-year-old Pomeranian Cross, you'll realize how true it is. Itchy may be small, but he's got a heart twice his size. He just loves everyone he meets, big or small, whether it's human or dog. There is no mean bone in his body. The minute you meet him, your heart will melt. Itchy came to us as a stray in early October and required a dental before he could be placed for adoption. He had to have a few teeth pulled, so now his tongue occasionally hangs from the side of his mouth, but that makes him all the more endearing. Itchy is definitely a diamond in the rough that is sure to be adopted quickly, so don't delay. Visit the SPCA and meet this handsome fellow today.
Well, Friday's Bobcats game was not an ordinary game as it fell on Remembrance Day. In this week's Beyond the Boards, Drew Miller takes a look at how the Bobcats chose to honor our Canadian veterans.
There are some things bigger than hockey, and on Friday night, the Bobcats chose to have an opening ceremony to honor veterans that have fought for our country.
We feel that all citizens in the community should have an opportunity to participate in Remembrance Day services and take the time to remember those who have given us the freedoms, those who have fallen in service of our country.
Richard Dixon, a veteran of the Canadian Forces, was invited to do the ceremonial puck drop. His fiancée, Tara Close, spoke about how important it is to remember all veterans.
It's really nice for some of Canada's younger veterans to get some recognition because traditionally it's been World War I and World War II vets who get a lot of that recognition. And the younger vets are often sort of left out of that. So it's nice to see some of that change coming about.
Along with the opening ceremony, every Bobcat player wore poppies on their helmets to show just how important Remembrance Day is.
We wouldn't be doing what we're doing with the people that served our country. You know, we wouldn't have this freedom to play hockey, the game that we love. So, you know, it's very important to do that.
At the end of the day, it is important to continue having ceremonies like this to never forget. Drew Miller, Newcap Sports.
After a slow start to the season, the Junior B Bandits have one goal in mind: to work their way up in the Northeast Alberta standings. Bailey Nitty has more.
The Lloydminster Bandits are 4-6 on the season, sitting in 8th place out of 10. The boys played the Onion Lake Border Chiefs on Sunday night, coming out on top 5-2.
I think we brought a lot of new stuff to the table that the guys aren't used to doing, and so we knew it was going to be a slow start, but the guys are coming on now.
The Bandits have undeniable chemistry on and off the ice. The guys have gone back to basics in practice and have been working on the little things.
We're just working on throwing pucks far pad and just crashing the net, and we're getting greasy goals like we know we have to. We don't have much skill, so we're just putting them in any way we can.
The Bandits are fighting to climb the standings, managing to get 6 out of a possible 8 points in their last 4 games. Recently, the games have been physical, but Coach Cruikshank believes it's only helped the team mesh.
There's nothing that gels a team and brings them together better than a couple good scraps and guys standing up for each other and we're definitely more than able to handle ourselves in the physical department.
The focus now is to continue to climb the standings and keep playing a physical style of hockey.
2 more games next weekend, another chance to move up in the standings, and playing both teams I think that we play next weekend are right above us. So, you know, we moved up this weekend, now we look to kind of continue on and move up every weekend.
Bailey Nitty, Newcap Sports.